Hey, hi. Look at that. I got a lot of color, right? I'm Mona. This is Sacred Geometry Universe Video Journal Diary for April 16th, 2026. So we just got back from the walk. The house is a mess. To me it is. I mean, it's messy. Because, you know, I still didn't bring the trailer in the back. I have to bring stuff in here and fix things and wash things, and it's just easier out there. So since yesterday, I've just been doing, you can hear it, I've just been doing laundry, a bunch of laundry. I want to take the mattresses out of there and make covers for them, because I just have them wrapped in sheets and safety pinned. Because I didn't have a sewing machine when I was on the road, and I built that up while I was on the road. So I didn't have like all the necessities. Things in there like hand stitched and stuff. I want to switch out all the shelf covers too. I also want to add some wood pieces in there. Like, I think I have a lot to do this week. If I want to leave again, I have to get this done. You know what I mean? It's for the comfort and ease. You know what I mean? I would prefer not to have all those safety pins in there, and those covers that hang down, those are dirty. I have another fabric that I haven't used. It's the same exact print, but it's purple. So I might use that. I might use that fabric to make the new covers, but I have to take apart the shelf, part of the shelf, to get that fabric off, because it's in the shelf, you know what I mean? Like, I have to unscrew stuff, so. But it's okay. I don't got nothing better to do, right? So that's what the focus is this week. Oh, and I have an appointment with the water people on Monday. Oh, yeah, you know what? I think the people across the street sold the house. Hey, that's good. I wonder if anybody told them about the water, because nobody told me about the water when I moved here. I think that's like illegal, but once you sign the paper, it's like they don't have no lemon laws or something like that, I think. I don't know, but I wonder if anybody told them. Probably not, because that's not like really what you think too much about. You think you're gonna find something, you know, because I didn't think about that. And but you know what, maybe they did, and maybe they're getting a whole home clean water system. I hope they don't have kids over there and they're using that water. But then again, maybe it could be somebody from this town who's already used to this water, who drinks it and showers in it, and maybe they moved there. Yeah, you never know. Because, like, if anybody from the outside moves here, no, you're going to get really super sick from the water. So, yeah, we'll see. I wonder who's going to I'm going to hide from them. I don't want to talk to them about it. I really don't, you know. They can ask the neighbors. They can ask their neighbors over there about the water. Because I know that house doesn't have a clean water system, because I remember seeing the guy always hauling in water, bottled waters. So, and maybe that's why they, well, no, I think they've been trying to move since I moved here. So they already didn't like the town. I think they just already didn't like the town, so they were trying to move. Or maybe, yeah, you know, maybe the guy, he knew the water was bad. He knew things were bad, and he's like, you know, you don't have enough money to fight this. But this is not a money thing. I don't get that. It's a open your mouth and be pissed off and tell them what you think thing. It's a correct the problem thing. It's not a money thing. Like, I don't get that guy. But anyways, it's okay. Good riddance. Because the lady always come out and give dirty looks like... Like, I don't want to see that old hag's face. You know, I don't even know her. I haven't acknowledged her, nothing. But she does that. Like, ew. It's okay, bye-bye, lady. You know? But hopefully we see somebody coming in and installing a system for them, because that's the only way. Yeah, the paperwork I have, you can't use the water here. It's not even good for human contact because your body is absorbing the arsenic and the contaminants. Yeah. So, darn. And you know what? Oh, I put it away already. I got the water bill. And it was low because I haven't gone over the 2,000 that they claim. That's when they start charging more money because I'm not here, you know, as much, or I don't use that much water. So when I went on this past camping trip, I brought with me 8 gallons of water, clean water for drinking. I didn't even finish it. Just for drinking. Because, you know, they have spigots over there, but I don't know if I want to drink that. But just for me drinking, I couldn't even, maybe I finished 4 gallons to drink. That's me and my dogs. And that's in 2 weeks. And that's with using it for cooking too. Actually, no, I used the 6 gallons because I actually took my yellow container industrial water dispenser thing with me. And I filled that up with the clean water and some ice. And I went through that. And then my 6-gallon jug here, that's like less than half. So, and then I refilled the other one with clean ice from the town and refilled with water. So yeah, I used about 6 gallons for 2 weeks. That's just for drinking. Now for bathing, they had showers there. But I have a 1-gallon hand pump thing. So I filled that up like 3 times. 4 times to shower while I was gone because I was at the beach, so I was swimming all the time and just rinsing off at the showers out there. But for actual showers, I took a shower like every 3 or 4 days. That was maybe 4 gallons for 2 weeks. 4 gallons plus 6 gallons. That's 10 gallons. Okay. And, you know, I'm not talking about the rinse off, but, you know, if I'm home, I don't do rinse off. So, that's why, this is why it was really easy for me to figure out the water bill, because I was living my life counting gallons. Yes, for 5 years on the road, well, 4 years, I think it is, to be close to the time. I was counting gallons every week, every month, because I was traveling. So I have the concept of what gallons looks like and how many gallons fits here and how many gallons fits there. That's why, for me, it was really easy to find this mistake, because I just so happened, right? It's not because I'm a genius or anything like that. No, come on now. It's not that. I just happen to know that part. Well, I did go to school for some stuff, okay, but, and it's easy for me to look stuff up because I know right away what to look up and where to look and stuff. But I'm just trying to make a point here. I used like 10 gallons in 2 weeks. Cooking and showering at least 4 times. And for another 2 weeks, that's 20 gallons in 1 month for 4 weeks. And I think on the bill it said that I used 1,600 gallons. Oh my gosh. That's not true. They're so stupid. I can't understand how retarded or lame or dumb they are here. They don't know how to, like the ladies in the City Hall, they don't know reading, writing, and arithmetic. That's why they work there, because they would never be able to recognize that mistake. They're going to get thrown under the bus because I notified them. So they know about the issue but didn't look into it themselves, which is their job. So they're going to get thrown possibly under the bus too, or lose their jobs. Oh, let's see. Oh, the calculator. Let's figure out how many gallons. 16. So they use 100 multiplier, which is wrong. That is not how you calculate gallons. You know, when you do math, everything has a formula. You don't make up your own. That's what they did. So, okay, so they said I used 16. That was the calculation, but they do their 100 multiplier, which is wrong. You can't make up math. You can't not make that stuff up. You have to multiply it by how many gallons are in each cubic foot of water, which is 7.48. So we'll do multiply 16 times 7.48. That's only 119.68 gallons. They're so dumb over here. They're like retardos working around here. They're like retardos. Like, I don't, for sure, I know that those women probably graduated from Woodsboro High School with like the lowest possible grades. If they did, maybe they didn't. Because they were so insulted when I asked them about their education. You're not supposed to be embarrassed about that. People are proud to talk about their education unless they don't have any. Anyways, yeah. Oh, and talking about education, another thing I found out, and I'm probably going to mention it on the other channel. A lot of people right here get certified in stuff. And I remember on the other channel, someone's like, why don't you get certified to be a teacher then? Certified? You know, a person who is certified is like an assistant to the professional. So if everybody, all the teachers at Woodsboro High School is a certified teacher, that's why the grade point average is so low. They're not professionals. In other states, it is required that all teachers have at least a bachelor's degree. Even in like elementary school, you have to have that bachelor's degree, not a certification. You're like the helper of the professional. You're not even, so when serious stuff comes up, that's when the professional steps in. But the certified person doesn't know. That's why the education level here is like, you know, like, but there are some kids, I think, you know, they leave, but they don't come back. But we all know that, you know, and it sucks because they might have a hard time out there because they might take on traits of their parents. Now, if their parents live here and never fought for themselves, fought for their water, fought for this or fought for that, for their own, you know, safety and health and all this stuff, they take on those traits of the parent. So when they get out into the real world and people start taking advantage of them, that's what's going to happen. They're going to be taken advantage of. Because they never saw their parents fight for themselves. So they're going to be timid and not fight for themselves. It sucks. But this is how, I guess, the small town works. And this is also why children never return to the small towns, because once they see reality, they're like, oh. And somebody maybe in the future might say, wow, that chick with that YouTube channel was right. Now I see it, because they're going to see reality when they leave this town. You know, when I was talking to another person, he works somewhere around, I'm not going to tell, but he said from Refugio to over that bridge, Woodsboro is a whole different world. He's right. It's all illegal, underhanded, crazy stuff right here. Yeah, I can't wait till they swarm in. I mean, somebody, you know, I don't, you know, it's just too much. That's why. And then plus the channel and me making all those claims and accusations, they're going to want to question me one day. Like, how do you know this? And why are you making these claims? And because slander is one thing, right? You can slander somebody and just talk all this smack and lies and stuff. But when it's truth, it's different. Especially when on the channel, the proof is right there in the front of their face. Like, they don't really even need to question me. The proof is in the videos right there. You know? All I'm doing is bringing out the corruption for all these people to look at and to take note of it. That's it. That's their proof. Like when you have problems and you go to court and you have issues or you have legal, you got to gather up all your documentation, right? That's my documentation. That was the only thing that I could show as proof, is recorded phone calls, conversations, and activities between people here. Yeah. So fortunately, a lot of it's at my house because I don't go to these public places. No, I will call them and speak to them because I have like a social anxiety, so I don't really go to places where it's overly crowded. Like camping is cool. I can go to a camp spot. That's not like overly crowded or something. And plus the vibe there is usually really nice and natureful. But when you're in a place like this or a grocery store in a town that everybody's like, that's how it is. They call it the friendly town. But how can you be a friendly city when you are stealing from everybody in the city? They need to rename the town of corruption. They need to name it the name of the YouTube channel, Woodsboro, Texas, and the corruption. That's what they should call it on that sign. Because, and they don't even, that sign is old and there should be a sign on the other. They didn't even fix that sign. God, there's so much wrong here that I can point out. But I'm just, I'm so disappointed, in the town. I'm so totally not disappointed in the house, though. I really like the house. I'm okay with the neighbors right here, next doors. But, like, all the politics and everything behind the town, it's really shitty. Yeah, and the poor people right here, not, like, poor, like money, well, that too, but, like, I feel so sad for them because a lot of them, they can't afford to buy the clean water system. It's not fair, And and some of them, they feel like it's too late for them, and it's not. Like, if they could get clean water, they could detox. And they've been doing it, they're using it maybe their whole life, if that's the case. Because, yeah, people haven't even left this place their whole life, and they're lived their whole life here. People should, be able to improve or do better in life than to be stuck. People should be able to vacation every so often. And it's, because that sucks to have life, get up morning, work, come home, eat, go to bed, like repetitively with no, live. That's basically birth, school, work, death. There's nowhere in between where there's, enjoy your life, And even though, the water's, I have my clean water now. I have security. I can still come and go and take trips as I please, but it's so disappointing, It's so and this commissioner, his son is the sheriff. His son should see the crime by now, but it's his dad. So he's afraid of his dad for sure. And it might be because maybe inheritance or something. But all that inheritance money is stolen money. That's money stolen from the town. That's probably why they have all that money. They've been living off the town. And it's such a simple scam too. It's so small that not everybody would recognize that. And they taught the ladies in the city hall to say, we use 100 multiplier. That's wrong. But if they tell that to the people don't know. So they're like, oh, okay. No, that's wrong. I wonder if any of these people who went in there, and the bill is a certified teacher from Woodsboro. Even a certified math. The certified math teacher should know this. But like I told you, they're not professionals. So they don't even know how to probably correct the bill. Oh my gosh. Oh look, a lot of time passed. It's because I guess, when I was away, I did a lot of thinking. And when I come back from the park, I did a lot of thinking. Everything just comes back, and then there's more content I can talk about. It's just me talking and giving my thoughts or putting out posts. That's all, nothing big deal. But it's basically warning for those who come to this town. Don't, be careful. Be careful. It's very dangerous and it's very toxic over here. So anyways, you guys, that's all I have. I'm gonna I'll talk to you next time. Bye.